well you're aware where our fire station is located at. Our first issue we're having is we're located up on a hill. And in the past few years, I am now chief of that fire department. I have had to put us out of service a few times because of bad weather, slick roads, ice. We can't get down off the hill. So at that point, we have to rely on one of the following, or one of the neighboring departments to run our calls. So we're having an issue with the hill. I would welcome everyone to come to our station and look at our situation with the hill. Another problem that we're having right now, we have about 16 active members, which all 16 of them at this point in time have went through Firefighter 1 training and have completed their courses through hazmat ops and are state certified. Out of those 16, we have 2 at this point in time that are females. Our station is not female friendly. We have 1 bathroom and 1 shower. Sometimes we come in from fire scenes, we have to get contaminants off of us. We can't take those home. So we've got an issue with bathroom facilities, and we have no room to expand that. That's probably about as far as I need to take that, because it's not female friendly. Our station is not female friendly. Another issue we're having there is I'm very kid oriented. We now have our mascots, which we call Chase and Marshall, which is off of Paw Patrol. Kids love that. We are starting a program this fall on our fire prevention, taking those mascots to the schools. Our station is not really kid friendly. I want to be able to bring the kids to the station and tour them in this station. And it's just not kid friendly. So that's another issue that we are having up there that we would like to address. Another problem we're having up there where we have grown, and our station has grown, we are acquiring more and more equipment to attack fires and car accidents. We just recently purchased a rather large emergency response vehicle that is basically going to be used for command and car wrecks, which it has a lot of equipment on it as far as stabilization jacks, airbags. It has about everything on this vehicle we need to attack any kind of auto accident. And this apparatus is going to have to be parked outside. Right now, there's probably over 100 grand worth of equipment on this vehicle. We have nowhere to put it. This is stuff that we have needed over the few years that I've been up there. Last few years I've been up there. As I've run calls, I see the need for, we don't have this, but we really need this, because anytime we can get someone out of the vehicle or even out of a house fire, minutes, seconds do count. But over the past couple of years, we have been able to acquire more and more equipment to assist us in getting people extricated out of vehicles or whatever we have to do. But we've got 3 pieces of equipment sitting outside right now, and I prefer them not to sit outside. They're not secure, but we have no other options. And while they are sitting outside of there, if you've ever been to our station, the only flat spot we have on our whole entire lot of there is where we park our trucks in the bay. Just as soon as we roll out of our bays, we start an incline. The roads and stuff up there, basically we're in a residential area. There are a lot of 1-lane roads. We have to roll off the hills to get down to Highway 23. We also have a funeral home that we always try to be aware of things going on there with lights, and especially signs. And then trying to get out on Highway 23 down there has become an issue with the traffic. There's a lot of traffic on that road, and people will not stop. It doesn't matter if you have lights and fires going on. They will not stop. But I'm just trying to bring this to the attention of the county and the board. We are asking the county to try to help us in any way they can about trying to acquire another piece of property in our jurisdiction. We have about 4,500 residents, about 3,000, well, we actually have about 3,000 structures in our jurisdiction. We cover from Moxon Gap all the way to the state line, 13, 14 miles down to Yuma. We assist Stanley Valley, but we back them up. We also back up Carter's Valley, and we go up into, we backed up Bloomingdale. We have assisted Sullivan County. Our jurisdiction goes all the way up to Estherville, which is up in the Hilton's community. And we go up Highway 58 to Nottingham. So that's kind of our area that we are covering. We also back up Hilton's. We are their backup. We are also Gate City's backup. So we have a fairly large territory that we're trying to help cover. And our biggest issue right now that we have been able to acquire our equipment, and we're pretty good on our equipment right now, on the things that we need to assist in any kind of situation going on. But we're just needing a facility that will accommodate us a little better, because we have really no restroom facilities for females. We have no kitchen facilities. We just recently acquired washer and dryer where we can actually wash our gear and stuff now instead of standing out there like that with a pressure washer and a brush. And when you have female firefighters, it's a little more difficult with a car wash brush trying to wash somebody's gear off to get the contaminants and stuff off there. So that's why I'm coming to you guys, just to make you aware of our situation, what's going on up there, and anything that you guys can do to help us, we would greatly appreciate. And I welcome anyone to come to our station and do a little tour of it, and you will see what I'm talking about. And that's pretty much all I've got to say. If anybody's got any questions, I'll try to answer.
Questions?
When you went to the meeting on EDA, what did you find out?
Well, we were asking for a piece of property down on Highway 23 down there to get us off the hill in a flat lot. We do have a protocol of a building that we would like to build. We're trying to get cost estimations and stuff for that. A little wishy-washy with everything. We never really got a commitment either way. So I came out of that meeting unsure. I don't know whether they were all on board trying to help. You know, never really, the piece of property I asked about, never really got a straightforward answer. Is it available? Is it not available? Got some what ifs, and we might have, but I never really got any kind of good answers from that. So we're looking elsewhere on other pieces of property. We're trying, and I'm going to the Weber City's Town Council meeting. We're also looking, trying to work with them also. We need to stay in the city limits, and of course, Weber City has very little property that is in the Weber City limits. For them to keep their town charter, we need to stay in the city limits. If we go outside the city limits, they will have to contract a fire department to come in and service their area. So I'm going to their town council meeting and try to explain the need there also, to see if we can get them kind of on board. And I think they're going to be on board, what feedback I've gotten so far. But the issues is we have county and we have city right there, and so we're trying to stay in the city so they won't have that expense also. But there's very little property available that is in the city that's not either on a hill or in a hole or just another residential area. Because there are some properties we have looked at, but I'm trying to get out of the residential area, because where we're at right now, we've had complaints. You know, we come in off the fire at 2 o'clock in the morning, our truck's got to be ready and prepared for the next fire. We're out there cleaning hoses, we're using a fire hydrant, and that's another problem that we have even on cleaning our hoses and stuff. You know, we hooked to a fire hydrant, we got one in our parking lot. Well, guess where all the water goes? Down the street, down into Highway 23. Well, when it's below 32 degrees, here we've done generated another problem. So we have some hoses that we can put back on the truck and hold off to another day to wash those hoses, but we don't have enough that we can continually do that, because we got to repack that. We can't contaminate the next scene with whatever this hose has been in, because it may have been a meth lab, who knows what we've been into. So those hoses and stuff have to be cleaned. Our hydrant is in the parking lot. If you've been in our parking lot, it's a hill. So here, when we start cleaning hoses here, it all runs down the hills and ends up on Highway 23 is where it ends up, because there's no drainage or no ditches or anything for it to go into. And that's been a problem up there. So we have to refrain from cleaning hoses in inclement, especially cold weather. But kind of where we stand, you know, as time goes on, I'm trying to look at 30 years in the future when they start developing the, riverside down there. I don't know what I was gonna go in there, but it's gonna put another load on top of Weber City Fire, you know, we may have to have more apparatuses, I don't know, but, you know, depending on what size buildings and structures goes in there, we may be having to look at maybe even a ladder truck, I don't know. But if we have to get into a ladder truck, where we're at now, that's a definite no-go. Cause where we roll up the hills and roll over onto a flat, they're not gonna make the turns. So, that's why I'm here, just kind of asking for any help from anybody to help us try to locate another piece of land. You know, we can get grants, to get buildings and stuff, but we have to have a piece of land. We can't get a grant until we get land. So I've been down that road with several people, I've talked to several people about grants, but our first thing we have to address is land